I love my girlfriend Megan. She's my baby.
Good morning, everybody. Okay, lighting's kind of bad in here, but it's day 2 on England and I'm dressed and ready for a day full of sightseeing. We're going out to London. I think we're taking subway. I'm not really sure. We'll let you guys know as I figure it out. My dress is like super wrinkly because I have no iron. Usually I bring my straightener and I just run my straightener over my clothes, but I forgot my straightener, so I have no iron. I don't know how that guy was just doing that, but it was really creepy. Anyway, we're in London somewhere. Oh, we were in Piccadilly Circus. We're heading to Trafalgar Square and Scotland Place because I have made this wonderful historical place that's been around for ages about movie settings. So Scotland Place is right behind Trafalgar Square, and that's where they shot the phone booth that took you to the Ministry of Magic in Harry Potter. And I'm super excited. The phone booth isn't actually there because the set makers brought it in. But, you know, I'll go stand up in the place where the phone booth was once. Okay, so update. No change in the guard today. It's only, I think, on Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sunday. There's this really funny guard standing up in front of the palace who is explaining this concept to people who didn't believe that the changing of the guard was not happening. And I mean, if it wouldn't have been rude to stick a camera in his face, I probably would have, because he was really hilarious. We did catch a glimpse of the Royal Cavalry.
Household cavalry.
Whatever, same thing. Household cavalry. It was okay. I could really only see the tops of their heads. Anyway, now we're going back to Scotland Place where we were in the first place. 17-minute walk back to right where we were. Oh, I did see a guard. Is that what they're called? They're guards. And he was like walking, probably only covering about 4 feet of like space back and forth like a nutcracker. I shall insert footage. It's warming up finally and I don't feel like I'm in like the middle of Alaska now. Okay, it's really bright. It's really bright everywhere. We just finished eating at this restaurant. It was really nice and classy. It had like really pretty chandeliers in there. Okay, now we're finally going to Scotland Place.
Elegant is when you have people not sitting next to you eating your own food.
Okay, we're finally going to Scotland Place, and then from Scotland Place we're going to Covent Market Covent Garden, sorry. I'm getting slightly annoyed because everybody wants to walk up in my personal space. Kind of like New York City, and I was expecting better. What are these people?
Police.
I'm so excited because I stand at the corner of the phone booth that leads to the Ministry of Magic. It's not here anymore, but it was here before. It was put there for the movie, but if you're a real believer like me, it's under like an invisibility cloak or something. Look, this is the garage. I'll put in a picture from the movie.
Here we are. I've never used
But this is the garage, and it was on this corner, and we like kind of hijacked one of the Harry Potter London tours that said that they CGI'd this bridge to be over here in front of this building with the columns, and then they took out all these posts and the lamp posts, and that's how they made the movie. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, we're heading to Covent Garden now, but I just want to go on like a fandom nerd spiel. Really hope that one day Emma Watson and Daniel Radcliffe and Rupert Grint all come back together and film like, you know, another movie where they all have their kids. It'll be like the next generation of the wizards of the wizarding world. That is my goal in life. Okay, so me being the silly person that I am, we're at Benjamin Franklin's house in London right now. My sister would be fangirling. She likes history. But I like went up to this door and opened that mailbox right there, and I peeked inside and there's actually people in there. Then I got scared and ran away really quick. Okay guys, so really bad lighting, but we just finished up a Benjamin Franklin tour. And so this, I'll show you a little bit, would have been his parlor. This would be where he would write letters, by the fireplace with the light of the window. And then this room in here, I'm gonna put on my flashlight, would be his bedroom, the parlor side of his bedroom, so his bed would have been there by the warmth of the fireplace, and then there would have been a desk where those chairs are for his lab. I wonder. This would have been the card room where they play cards and stuff. And this is said to be
Stevenson's parlor.
yeah, Margaret Stevenson's parlor. She would have tea in here, and Benjamin Franklin would entertain guests in here. This is where we started. They showed us a little video.
This is where the bones were.
Oh, maybe, like right here in this spot, is they uncovered bones because Margaret Stevenson's daughter Polly's husband was an anatomist. And so there's all these readings in here that you can read. And then this one.
Take a picture.
I'll walk over closer to that one. No, that doesn't help. Okay, well, I'll insert a picture of all these artifacts because clearly you can't see them. These are all the bones that they uncovered. Oh, they're named, like this says, they labeled the bones, so the skull. It's very interesting. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna go pee now. So today started off super cold and I thought I was gonna freeze to death, but it's actually turned out to be a beautiful day in London. Okay, vlogging camera, no good, can't use it, no space on any cards. So I'm gonna try to vlog on this one. Hopefully this one won't run out of space too. Currently we're at Covent Garden. I think it's beautiful. There's a Shake Shack here. So we are back on our trail of sightseeing. I tried to get a picture by this really artsy wall, but then this lady who looked really scary came up to me and stole my table. So now we're just gonna go back for dinner and maybe try to get a better picture or just like another one. I don't know. I'm really upset because the boss lady and me didn't come out when she snuck the table right out from under me. I'm gonna film right now without getting arrested, but they're protesting over here. I don't even know if that's where the protest is, but all these roads are blocked off, right? And so like all these tour buses can't go anywhere. Look at all the policemen, guys. see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Just kidding, we're going to the cathedral. We're passing the Royal Courts of Justice on our way to St. Paul's Cathedral, and look how large it is. That's crazy. I mean, I'm not sure if it takes up the whole building or not, but it's a really long building. Guys, I don't know how people, it's really hard for me to hold this camera up. I don't know how people in like the old times, like nomadic era, would just walk to different like lands all on foot, because man, I've only been walking for one day and my feet are killing me. The cathedral is right in front of us. We are almost there. If I zoom in, it feels like I'm closer to it than I actually am. So we're sitting outside St. Paul's Cathedral. These people behind me, they are like telling people whether or not they can go in. So it's 4:56 right now, and they have service at 5:30. So I think we're gonna go to service. They do a tour at 7, but I don't think we're gonna do that. I think we're gonna go eat dinner after service and then head home. So yeah, should be fun. The bell was just going off because it's 5 p.m., but the bell stopped as soon as I started recording. Oh, there it is. So we were at the St. Paul's Cathedral, and we had gone in for Mass. We were with a swarm of people. Everybody was taking pictures. Everybody was taking pictures of the surroundings. They were taking pictures of themselves in front of the surroundings. They were taking selfies. People were taking pictures. This is the age and the day that we live in now.
You took so long.
Wait, so we go up to the front seats, and I got a picture of the ceiling, and I got a picture of the altar, and I'll insert the pictures. And then people, families, were taking pictures also in front of the altar. So I thought, well, let us, you know, get a picture as well. When it came time now for me to go up and get a picture, right before we got the shot, a reverend came up and said to us, just make sure there's no flash, and we weren't going to take the picture. The reverend had said that we could take pictures. I don't know if he meant that I could be in the picture, but he did give us permission to take pictures. So right as I go stand up in front of the altar, another lady, and I don't know her name or who she was, comes up to her and she wasn't quiet about it. And she says to us, you can't be taking pictures here. This is an altar where people pray. This is not a Vogue shoot. I think that's as close as I can get to her exact words. And it was really, really offensive to me personally, because I feel like everybody worships a little bit differently. And so I know people like in my local church back home, when they get married and marriage is a sacrament, you know, they take their pictures by the altar, and that's fine. And I'm sure there are devout old school like people who are religious who believe that like technology and cameras is not a way to worship. But I worship and I believe, and like next thing you know, God forbid something happens to St. Paul's and it's not around anymore, like I would love to have a picture. Like for me, it's documentation that I've done something, I've been somewhere, I've seen it, and like I'll always remember it. So it was just important to me, and like I know that may not be allowed because it's such like a huge mark, a huge religious mark, a huge landmark culturally. But I wish there would have been a nicer way for her to have said it to me, because I really wanted to experience Mass at St. Paul's. So, I don't know, maybe we'll come back a different day if there's time. I did get to light a candle, I said a prayer, but we'll see. I'm just a little upset. Again, don't know if you can hear me. I'm gonna get really close to the mic. But this is the outside of the building that Gringotts was filmed in. The Australian house, but it was the Australian embassy, right? Yeah, so it's the Australian embassy. We got to go inside. I didn't get through the second set of doors because obviously we had no reason to be inside the Australian embassy. But I got a picture through the glass doors that I'll put in. I don't know, I just thought it was super cool. It's basically all gated now. So when it's open, these things open in, so they lay on the inside of that wall right next to this inscription, and it's just beautiful. I love this building. To me, it looks like what I imagine the inside of a palace would look like when you first walk in. So we're back at the same restaurant we were at earlier. We were in Covent Garden, and I was saying it was super like artsy, but the table I want is taken, so we're sitting in this corner until I can get the table I actually want. Hopefully it works out. Fingers crossed. Finally got to sit next to the blinking drink sign and not a single picture came out good. So, after at least 4 or 5 hours, it wasn't even worth it. Oh well. We just finished up dinner at Covent Garden. The restaurant was called Punch and Judy. I think I may have said that earlier. I don't even remember anymore. My feet hurt, my head hurts, my brain hurts. I waited a really long time to sit at a really special table, and like I said before, none of the pictures came out nice, so I'm gonna rough it with what I got and try to make the best out of the best worst picture. And right now we're heading to the train station so that I can go to sleep, and I'm very, very excited to be going to sleep. So I'm filming this on my phone because I lost a lot of footage from that day, so even if I did film the outro or the ending of my video, I don't have it anymore, but I don't think I did anyway. So I'm just filming it now, and I just want to say 2 things. The first thing that I want to say is, while editing, I saw that I was smiling while I was talking about like what happened at St. Paul's Cathedral, and I just want to say now, as I would have definitely said then, that like, even though I was smiling, this is not a situation that should have been taken lightly. I think that when anybody walks into a place of worship or a house of God, you know, you should feel comfort and warmth and understanding, or you at least would hope to find those qualities or those feelings. And I know that to some degree what I did was probably wrong or disrespectful, and like, again, I apologize sincerely for my actions, but there were many different ways that she could have gone about, you know, telling me to not take that picture. She could have just simply said, ma'am, I'm not sure if you're aware, but you're not allowed to take pictures here. And then I of course I'm not an idiot. I know some people just don't listen, or, you know, may not understand her if she had spoken English, and they might speak a different language. And like, then she could like use a harsher tone or, you know, a more dominant tone, but like there was no reason for it to be as rude and embarrassing towards us as she was. And yeah, she's just very, very cold. And I think that, I'm not sure how St. Paul's is funded or how it's operated, but whoever is in charge of their hiring process, if these people are paid, or they're volunteers, if these people are volunteers, whoever is in charge of choosing those people really needs to take this into consideration if by chance they ever see this video. The people you want working in St. Paul's should be people who, you know, can relate well to people and know how to handle people in a respectful, mature way, I think. Anyway, now that ramble is over, I just want to say thank you for watching this video if you did, and I hope that, you know, you liked seeing some of what I saw while I was on this trip and spent this first day in London. Again, I just want to thank you guys all for your support and for all of the love that you give me. I love hearing from you and growing from you, whether it's like through my emails, my Instagram, or on the comments. I absolutely love it. It makes me super happy. And if you like these videos and you want to see more and you want to be notified of when I'm posting, just like and subscribe. Oh, and I'll see you in my next video. Sorry, I'm super tired.